Hey guys, and welcome to the Igloo. Today we're going to be showing off a few things that we're going to be having. So, these three Thralls are the best three combos that you can have for a Thrall. Two-hander, Blade of the Adventure with an advanced damage modifier. If you don't have it, Tell us Sorrow. A Throwing Axe, Black Ice. Or the Eye of Khan with explosive, poison, or snake arrows. Now, the reason why I'm saying these explosive and snake arrows is that they posted in the update that there's going to be explosive, poison, and healing. So, what about this guy? He's going to be getting demolished, he's going to be crippled because of the throwing axe, he's going to be engaged because of the two-hander, and he's going to be exploded upon impact. So he's not only going to get pushed back, sundered, but then he's also at the same time making sure that he's completely stun locked. Now, these three combos are one of the best when it comes to this. It is one of the best combos where you can stun lock your enemies, as well as you can pretty much always make sure that they don't heal whatsoever. So the biggest thing in this game right now is that you have healing potions where you can heal as soon as you don't have a effect upon you, or you don't take damage. So if you equip your Thrall with Snake, Explosive, or Poison Shot, it negates that even for a slight period of time, even with an AoE effect around a person in a PvP combat situation. So they immediately do not have that heal that they just popped, especially if you have a Thrall that's following you, like I specified in my other videos beforehand. But then you add just that little bit more when you're going to be worrying about base defense. Base defense is going to be one of the bigger things out of Conan Exiles. For the longest time, Thralls have not been the best at base defense. And that's because of wonky AI mechanics and just being completely garbage. But they're improving the AI Thrall mechanics. They're adding explosive arrows, poison arrows, and healing arrows. And then on top of that, they're making sure that your Thrall upon server restart doesn't go down to 1 HP when the server restarts. So, it'll start off with 3,000 health, and I'll make sure that it starts off with 3,000 health. So when you engage upon a wall or something like that, and you have these certain type of Thralls upon it, you're going to be greeted with this.
Enemies approaching. Die! You picked the wrong fight. God take you!
I just like this.
I take death! Curse you! Die! You picked the wrong fight. God take you!
You also have the other type, which is you put Thralls that are outside on the ground that are still doing the same mechanic, but it's outside somebody's base, acting like a auto turret, like in Rust, where you set it down and you make sure that you have everything set, and it does damage or it does an area effect, depending on what type of situation you put it in. So if you put it down completely and you put it out somebody's front side of their base, you can use that to secure a fob or something like that, especially when you're trying to worry about a situation. Now, if you go a little bit higher and you de-aggro them, you're able to make sure so that your base is a little bit more safe. So again, they're worrying about the security of the environment that's around them as the Thrall mechanic. So the minute that they are engaged, that they're going to be immediately acting upon this type of situation. And as you can see, I'm gonna just let this play throughout as a full example, but there's no need to like make a long explanation of it. Pretty much explosive shots, poison shots will damage your door. So if you are like behind a structure, no matter what, and they just start firing, it's just a very, very simple thing where they can just continue lobbing and lobbing until they blow through your door. Especially, don't stand right behind your door if they have like explosive shots, because they're still going to be aggroed upon you. And they're going to still want your freaking body. And they will not stop until they will be killed or until you get away their aggro.
I just like this.
Finally, this is what I'm going to say, is that the tar arrows haven't been announced to be in. The reason why is that they are very, very OP. So they don't interfere with Thrall movement mechanics, but they interfere with PvP client-side mechanics so that you cannot roll while you're inside the tar effect. One of the biggest, most OP things is limiting your player's movement. So when you have a Thrall that has tar shots, it is one of the most OP things that you could possibly have at the current moment. Kind of why they're not implementing it yet. But if you have a Thrall with a throwing axe, it doesn't do the same effect, but at the same time, it gives you an area of security when that Thrall is alive. Same thing with the Thralls that are shooting off explosive shots. They are raid Thralls. They help you with raiding. Explosive shots will mainly help you with a raid or the security of a raid, depending on what type and how you are implementing your Thralls. Whether they are for offense or defense or something in between. Honestly, guys, I think that this is probably going to be a very different uplift when it comes to PvP because of the situation that these Thralls bring. And honestly, between this, pets, new dungeons, a new god, and now we have the explosive shots and everything else, it's going to become a crazy dynamic thing where you're going to want to be able to tame Thralls. You're going to be wanting to store it not only on Thralls, but your pets. And then finally, on top of all of it, you're going to be wanting to engage and use Thralls properly, rather than use a bunch of crappy Thralls that are in the south, that are in the snow, unless you have Snow Hunter. But the easiest Thralls to start off with are Devotees. They take the shortest amount of time. It's probably going to get nerfed on top of everything else. But honestly, I mean, a Thrall takes the amount of time. If you have the equipment for it, it can be used as a raid tool. In my personal opinion, a Devotee that is 1,300 health and only takes 10 to 15 minutes with a legendary Thrall should be something that needs to be kept into the game. But knowing the last times that Funcom has nerfed a few things before, I don't doubt them nerfing that as well. Until next time, guys, have a good one. Follow me on Instagram. Make sure that you get those plugins. If you like my kind of stuff, there's a Patreon down below. And just enjoy.